in all honesty, I am most proud of the culture that we have built within the IBA. Our boards and committees and our staff take pride in always putting members first with integrity and professionalism. We value and respect all banks and thrifts from every sector and every size across Illinois. Our services, programs, products are intended to meet the diverse needs of all our members, and we work together to set policies that support and benefit the entire state's banking industry and the consumers it serves.
But having come from that small community in central Illinois, I had an idea that the local bank is often the heart of the community. But I didn't really get it until I worked those long days as a correspondent banker and realized whether it's a mortgage to a first-time home buyer or an SBA loan to start up a business, we as bankers understand this phenomena and how important we are to the communities, but the public doesn't always get it. The public wants and needs their banks, but it's not until something goes wrong that they understand the importance of that hometown bank. And frankly, sometimes when things go wrong, the banks actually get blamed. So throughout my career, the banking industry has weathered many storms. The 1998 Asian crisis, the 2001 tech crisis, the great crisis, the financial crisis of 08, 09, and now this one. So that said, I believe that during this current crisis, the banks are having one of their finest moments.
Next is looking at third-party agreements. There's going to be, speaking of wave, a whole wave of issues that's going to come out of issues such as force majeure and what happens to a contract when issues are unresolvable because of a pandemic. And so now, again, while we have that calm in the storm, is a good time to be looking at those agreements. And Rob, you may have some additional insights in that.
Yeah, I would just encourage that for your vendors and your third-party agreements that you evaluate your contract. I think force majeure is going to be difficult based on some of the lawsuits that have already been filed to rely on to get relief from a vendor who may or may not be able to provide the resources and the services that they had planned based on COVID.
Your balance sheet is the sum of the decisions you have made. Your future is the sum of the decisions you make today. We are highly concerned and we are highly attached, Performance Trust is highly attached to the community banking sector. So we're very concerned about your future and about your success. And right now, in our 25-year history, this is as hard as it's been because the margin of error is so small. Rates are so low, you cannot make a mistake, or you cannot under provision, or you can't not protect margin, buy some margin insurance now, because those future scenarios are extinctive. If rates go down, if you're not prepared, what would you do if your deposits are zero and your loans were negative, or if you had to pay you had to pay to make loans?
Allow me to share more about who I am. My name is Randy Hultgren, and I am the incoming president and CEO of the Illinois Bankers Association. If I was sitting in your chair, I'd be thinking Randy has huge shoes to fill with the amazing Linda Cook retiring. This important role is a dream come true for me. I've watched and worked with Linda and the IBA team for more than 2 decades, never having an idea that I would one day be given the privilege of helping to lead the association and lead the fight for the banking industry. My private sector career has been as an attorney, a financial advisor, a bond salesman, and a banker. As a banker myself, I know how you serve and help dreams come true. I have also had the privilege of serving in elected office for 24 years, with my last 8 years representing the great people of the 14th District of Illinois in the United States Congress. My wife, Christy, and I just celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary. We have 4 great children, and we're about to become grandparents any day now.
But the number of banks isn't what's important. What is important is that we visited banks of all shapes and sizes, ranging in assets from $15 million to over $20 billion. Getting a chance to visit with these bankers was a privilege and the highlight of my year. It was fun to listen to their approach to banking. And while each approach was unique, they shared many similar concerns. shrinking margins, the search for funding sources, competition for new loans, looking for new markets, and all the regulatory and legislative issues we all face. The other thing they shared was passion. They shared a passion for banking. They shared a passion to provide solutions for the needs of their customers and employees. And they shared this burning desire to enhance the well-being of the communities they served. And I think we've all seen a step up in the use of technology. And I know at our shop we're looking at how we can use Zoom maybe to communicate with our branches. Is there other things in the technology world you utilize there to make life easier? And how do you see that continuing as we move into what everybody's calling the new normal?
Yeah, you know, we had started to implement video technology here at our bank maybe 6-12 months before the pandemic hit. Fortunately, we had a little bit of experience with it. I honestly had never heard of Zoom before the pandemic started, and I feel like I spend about a third of my day on that technology now, as I am as well. And we use our WebEx, Cisco WebEx technology, which is very, very similar here at the bank. But I do think that this has opened our eyes to how we can use this technology. Our footprint, as I mentioned, covers about 10 counties, probably 100-ish miles, but from both sides of the footprint.
But in banking, we arguably provide more than that. You see, people are experiencing incredible financial anxieties. And now more than ever, those financial anxieties are heightened as a result of this pandemic. So in banking, arguably, we're problem solvers and lifesavers. People are experiencing incredible financial anxieties, financial stresses. And as bankers, we offer solutions that can help them. So do we really want to offer a service, or do we want to provide an experience like my wife and I had at the hospital? You see, it's no different. So isn't it important that as banks and financial institutions, we want to stop saying we provide great customer service, and we want to start saying that we create amazing customer experiences?